Okay, I'm going to show you how to make this mandala. I'll put that to the side. Now this one I base off of where my dot placement is, but we always have to find the center first. So if you just take your ruler and go across and just make a small line right in the center, and then another, go across this way right in the corners, and then you have your center right there. Now I'm just going to use tools found around the house. I'm assuming that this is a new person that doesn't have much, so I'm going to use a pencil with the pointy end and the eraser end, and then this is just a mechanical pencil that I've used. The eraser end, it's a little bit smaller, and this is just one of those clickable pens, and this is smaller yet, and it doesn't matter, it has a little divot in there, it'll still work. So first we're going to place the center green dot. Let me see if I can get the one that's made in this green too. Okay. Now I'm not going to speed this video up too much because I want you to be able to keep up with it. So I'm going to use the big pencil eraser and put my green dot right in the center. Now you just want to tap lightly and lift up, and then I just take paper towel and wipe it back off. Now we're going to use the small end of the pencil, the pointy end, and do the little dots around it. Now this is, I just base it off of that, so I'll do one right in the center at the top. And I didn't grab my glasses. And then one directly below the circle. You want to try and get as close as you can without touching it. Then one in the middle on the right, and one in the middle on the left. Like so. Then I'm going to do these graduated dots out to the sides. Now I just do my best to keep them in a straight line. So I use the next size up, this little mechanical pencil, and I'm going to put a dot just directly out of each one of these dots as evenly as I could keep them. Now that one's off just a little bit, so you could take your Q-tip and just remove it. Now that one's not too far off, but I'm just showing you. I just get the Q-tip wet and then just rub it back off. You need to roll the Q-tip as you go, otherwise it'll just smear it right on there. So then I'll place that dot again. Okay, that's better. And then we're going to use the clicky end of a pen, because that's even smaller. And place one more dot out to the sides of those. And it's easier if you turn so you can see it better, because I always have to look over to the right. So I turn it as I go. Okay, and I just went big and small, so I'm going to go back to the mechanical pencil and do another dot all the way around. Yep. Watch that your end isn't stringy. It should just kind of hang there. I don't know if you can see it. You don't want it to be too stringy. Dot and pull up. And turn your piece as you need to. Dot and pull up. Okay. And then I'm going to do one more smaller one with the clicky pen. All the way around. Okay, now that I got those dots placed, it'll be easier to place the other ones. So I'm going to put a white dot in between the green ones. So our first placement's going to be right in the center here. We're going to put a little white one in between by the little green ones. So you just want to get it right in the middle as close as you can. Okay, and then we're going to go the next size up, which is the mechanical pencil. And we're going to put another white dot going directly out. Actually, I think it was the clicky pen, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. It'll still be pretty, even though the dot size is going to be off a little bit. Like that. And then we're going to use a small little dot, which is the pencil tip, out off to the side of that. And then we're going to do the clicky pen out to the side of that. And then we're going to do the big one, the big pencil eraser, out to the side of that one. Like that. Okay, now we're going to use the pink. And we're going to go in between the white and the greens. So we're going to make one, I'm going to use the clicky pen, and we're going to go right in between, even with these outside ones, and just try and go in the middle of these. You go about right there. All the way around. Just try and keep them about the same distance going around the outer circle and then in between the two others. All the way around. Okay, now we're going to take the pointy end of the pencil and we're going to walk the dots, which means you just dip it once and then you're going to click by your dot, and I'm going to just walk 3 dots going towards that middle circle from the pink dots. So you just go 1, 2, 3, like that, all the way into the middle. You try and keep them fairly evenly spaced apart. All the way into the middle. And turn your paper or your canvas whatever way you need to turn it to be able to see exactly where you're going with your dots. Some people use a Lazy Susan turntable on that. I just turned my paper. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so those are all done. Now we're going to do marking the dots around the whole white area. So it's easier for me. I make my top dots all the way around. So I put 1 dot in the middle on top of all the big white ones. And then we're just going to go down around to the next dot. So dip it once and just go, it's about 3 dots, I'd say. 2, 3, down to the middle. And then I got to turn it so I could see it. 1, 2, 3. And do that to all of them. Okay, and now we're going to go the opposite way on this next dot up. So that will be your centered dot, this one right here in the middle. And then we just do a couple dots go in this direction. So I go 2, hugging that. 1, 2. Now if you have to put a couple more dots, you know, another dot or 2, to fill in the space, people won't notice, only you are going to notice that there's extra dots there. See, that one I put 3. I might go back and put one on the other one to just kind of connect them. And that's fine. But if the space doesn't allow for it, you're better off doing one less, because if they group together, people will notice that. But they won't notice if you've got more dots, as long as there's space in between. Okay, that's it for walking the dots. Now, you could leave it like that if you wanted to, but I put these little frilly ends on there, and I kind of like that, so I'm going to do that. So we're going to do little pink dots at the end of the green, just one with the pencil tip again. Do just one little dot at the end of all the green dots. Okay, and then we're going to do a white for the center, right up from that. Again, with the little pencil. And then we're going to do a cross in the pinks, like we did in the center, or we based off of. So you got the bottom one there, so we're going to go one to either side and one top to bottom on the whites. Like that. And do that for all of them. Like a little flower pattern, kind of. Okay, and now we're going to do a light lavender in the spaces between those pink dots. Now you don't have to do this. You could do whatever colors you wanted, or you could like lighten your pink with some white, and to get two tones if you don't have that another color of paint. It's all whatever you like. It's your design. So now you got kind of a little square going on here, because the dots are all in a row. And I didn't like that look, that's why I added more. But you would do 5 dots around the center one. Instead of 4, it wouldn't turn out a square, it would look more like a flower. Okay. Now I'm going to do a pen cap, a clicky pen, bigger pink dot on top going out of all of these, like a center point. All the way around. And then I'm going to put one off to the sides to form like a triangle of the pink dots and give it some dimension. All the way around. And then I just filled in with the pointy pencil end in between the outer dots right there to make it. Let's see if you can see that. All the way around. Now after this is the basic design is done. All we have to do is our top dots. And I think I'm going to speed up the video for that. And you just take like a size down for your top dots. So this whole center part here I would do just with the pencil. Now this outer ones here are going to be the bigger the clicky pen one there. But all the rest are going to be just this pencil that I'm going to use. So I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll come back and I'll just speed up putting in those dots for you. And then we will be done with our design. So I'll be back in a few when this is dry to do that. Okay, now I just took it to the blow dryer and blew it dry, but you really have to watch if your dots are really wet. You could blow your paint right across it and ruin it. So be careful if you try and do that. But it does save time. Clicky pen. Right. That's it for the green ones. Now we're going to just put white on the little pink ones. And then one white dot on the tops of the pinks and the outer edges. And then that's it. Our design is done. Now you could do more or you could do less, whatever you like. But this is just what I did. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I hope you guys learned something that, you could use anything that you have available at home to try it out. Just go to the store, buy a couple paints. And, you could mix, if you get white, you can mix and make lighter and darker shades. You don't need to have a whole variety of colors to start out. So, happy dotting. Talk to you later. Bye.